Okay, so today we're going to dive into something a little different. We're taking a look at a list of the top 10 handsome men.
Interesting.
Now, I know what you're thinking.
Yeah.
Isn't that a bit superficial for a deep dive? But trust me, this is going to be more insightful than you might expect.
Yeah.
We're going beyond just looks, and we're going to explore what truly makes these guys stand out.
Okay.
Their nationalities, their careers, and how they've cultivated their public image.
It's fascinating how this seemingly simple list actually reveals a lot about our cultural perceptions of attractiveness and success.
Right. So first off, the list is incredibly diverse when it comes to nationality. We've got British, American, Australian, Zimbabwean, French, Sierra Leonean, Ghanaian. It's a global mix.
Oh, wow.
Which I think adds to the intrigue.
Absolutely. And it speaks to the idea that certain qualities are considered attractive across cultures.
Yeah.
But those qualities might be expressed in different ways depending on someone's background.
Like, take Regé-Jean Page, for example.
Okay.
He's British Zimbabwean. And I wonder if that background makes him even more appealing to a global audience. It's like he embodies this sort of transatlantic sophistication.
You hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
He's not confined to one specific cultural box.
Right.
And that makes him more interesting and relatable to a wider range of people.
For sure.
And then you have Timothée Chalamet with his dual American-French citizenship.
Oh, yeah. He's got that whole brooding artist thing going on.
Yeah.
Do you think his French heritage plays into that perception at all?
I'd say so.
Yeah.
There's a certain romanticism and artistic sensibility that we often associate with French culture.
Right.
And that definitely seems to be part of Chalamet's persona. It adds a layer of depth and complexity to his image.
Like he's tapping into this rich cultural history
Yeah,
that people find irresistible.
exactly. And then there's Idris Elba, someone who embodies a really interesting blend of cultures. He was born in London, but has Sierra Leonean and Ghanaian heritage.
He just has this presence, doesn't he? I'm not
Yeah.
even sure how to describe it.
It's that multifaceted background that contributes to his magnetic appeal. He's not easily categorized, which makes him all the more intriguing.
So we've got this global group of handsome men, but it's not just about their looks, right? These guys are all incredibly talented and successful in their chosen fields.
Yeah.
We've got actors, musicians, athletes, entrepreneurs. They're not just pretty faces.
Right. And I think that's a crucial point.
Yeah.
Their talent and dedication to their craft actually contribute to their attractiveness. Take Henry Cavill, for example, to play roles like Superman and Geralt of Rivia.
Yeah.
He has to maintain an incredible level of physical fitness.
It's like those demanding roles actually amplify his appeal. It's
Right.
not just about looking the part. It's
Yeah.
about embodying that strength and power.
Exactly. And the effort he puts into transforming himself for those roles resonates with people.
Yeah.
It shows a level of commitment and discipline that's admirable.
Okay, that makes sense. But then you've got someone like Chris Hemsworth who, sure, he's got the physique for Thor, but he also brings this comedic charm and laid-back Aussie attitude.
Hemsworth is a great example of how someone can blend physical attractiveness with other appealing qualities.
Yeah.
He doesn't take himself too seriously.
Right.
And that makes him more relatable.
It's that sense of humor and approachability that makes him so likable.
Exactly. And then you have Michael B. Jordan, who's become a role model for so many young people.
You can tell he's incredibly dedicated to his craft.
Yeah.
I heard he did some intense training for the Creed movies.
Absolutely.
Right.
And beyond the physical transformation, he's known for his emotional depth as an actor and his commitment to using his platform for good. That's a powerful combination.
So we've talked about their global appeal, their dedication to their crafts. But there's another piece to this puzzle. Their public image.
Yeah.
These guys are more than just actors or athletes. They're brands, they're influencers.
They're incredibly savvy about how they present themselves to the world.
And that seems to be a big part of their overall appeal,
Absolutely.
wouldn't you say?
It's not just about talent anymore. It's about cultivating a public persona that resonates with people.
So, like, take David Beckham.
Okay.
He's been in the public eye for decades.
Yeah.
First as a football star and now as a fashion icon and entrepreneur.
Beckham's a fascinating example because he's managed to stay relevant and attractive over time.
Right.
It's constantly evolving.
Yeah.
but he's always stayed true to himself.
He's gone from this heartthrob athlete to this stylish, family-oriented businessman, and people still find him incredibly appealing.
Right.
It's kind of amazing, actually.
Yeah. It speaks to his authenticity and his ability to connect with people on a deeper level.
And then you have Ryan Reynolds, who's kind of built a career on being this lovable, self-deprecating goofball.
Reynolds has mastered the art of using humor to his advantage.
Yeah.
He's not afraid to poke fun at himself,
Right.
which makes him seem more human and approachable.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to take himself too seriously.
Yeah.
Which is probably why people find him so endearing.
Exactly. And then there's Brad Pitt, who's a Hollywood icon.
Yeah.
He's been a leading man for decades.
He's just cool.
Yeah. Pitt represents a certain level of timeless charm and sophistication. He's aged gracefully. He takes on diverse roles.
Right.
And he's maintained a sense of mystery about him.
It's like he's effortlessly cool no matter what he does.
Precisely. And finally, we have Harry Styles, who's really shaken things up in terms of how we view masculinity.
Oh, absolutely. He's got that rock star swagger. But he's also not afraid to experiment with fashion and challenge gender norms.
Styles embodies a more fluid and expressive form of masculinity,
Right.
which is incredibly appealing to a younger generation. He's not afraid to be himself, and that resonates with people.
Okay, so we've got this diverse group of men. They're all talented, successful, and they've carefully crafted their public images.
Right.
But I'm sensing there's even more to this than meets the eye, right?
You're absolutely right. We've only just begun to scratch the surface of what makes these men so captivating.
All right, well, buckle up, listener, because things are about to get really interesting. All right, so we've talked about nationality, career demands, and public image.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's something deeper going on here, something about the kinds of men they represent.
I think you're right. It's almost like each of these men embodies a particular archetype, a certain ideal of masculinity that resonates with people.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Yeah. Tell me more about these archetypes.
Well, let's start with Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
He often plays these strong, stoic characters like Superman and Geralt of Rivia. There's a sense of unwavering heroism about him.
You're right. It's like he represents that classic, almost mythical idea of the hero who always does the right thing.
Yeah.
It's a very traditional form of masculinity.
Exactly. And it's a powerful archetype that has resonated with people for centuries. Then you have someone like Chris Hemsworth who brings a different energy to masculinity.
He's got that playful, adventurous vibe.
Yeah.
Like the classic Aussie larrikin.
Exactly. He's strong and capable, but he doesn't take himself too seriously.
Right.
There's a sense of fun and freedom about him that's very appealing.
It's like he embodies this idea that being a man isn't just about physical strength. It's also about having a good time and not being afraid to laugh at yourself.
Absolutely. And then there's Michael B. Jordan, who represents a more modern,
ambitious type of masculinity.
He often plays characters who are driven to succeed, often overcoming obstacles and challenging the status quo.
Right.
It's inspiring, actually.
He represents a generation that's striving for greatness, both personally and professionally.
Yeah.
And he's doing it with a sense of purpose and integrity that's really admirable.
So you've got the classic hero, the adventurous charmer, and the ambitious striver. Are you seeing any other archetypes emerge from this list?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Let's look at David Beckham.
Okay.
He's gone from being a football star to a successful businessman and fashion icon, all while being a devoted husband and father.
He seems to have it all figured out.
Beckham represents a modern man who's comfortable with his emotions, who embraces style and creativity, and who prioritizes family.
Right.
He's redefining what it means to be a successful and attractive man in today's world.
It's like he's proving that you can be both tough and tender, successful and family-oriented.
It's a really balanced approach to masculinity.
And then you have someone like Ryan Reynolds who challenges traditional notions of masculinity with his humor and self-awareness.
He's not afraid to poke fun at himself, to be vulnerable,
Right.
or to embrace his goofy side.
And that's incredibly refreshing.
Yeah.
Reynolds shows us that it's okay for men to be silly, to show their emotions, and to not always take themselves so seriously.
It's like he's breaking down those old stereotypes about men always having to be stoic and in control.
Right?
He's giving permission for men to be themselves, flaws and all.
Exactly. And then, of course, there's Brad Pitt, who's a bit of an enigma.
Mm-hmm.
He's been a heartthrob for decades.
Yeah, he's just got that cool factor.
Right.
You know, he doesn't seem to try too hard,
Mm.
but he always seems to be at the top of his game.
Pitt represents a more mature and refined form of masculinity.
Mm-hmm.
He's comfortable with himself, he's confident in his choices,
Right.
and he doesn't need to prove anything to anyone.
It's like he's reached a level of self-acceptance that's incredibly attractive.
Yeah.
He's not trying to fit into any mold.
Right.
He's just being himself.
And finally, we have Harry Styles,
Okay.
who's really pushing the boundaries of what it means to be a man in the 21st century.
He's embracing gender fluidity, expressing himself through fashion,
Yeah.
and challenging those traditional ideas of what's considered masculine.
Styles represents a new generation that's rejecting those rigid definitions of gender
Correct.
and embracing individuality.
Yeah.
He's showing us that there's no one right way to be a man.
So what does this all mean? Why should we care about these different archetypes of masculinity?
It's not about saying one archetype is better than another.
Right.
It's about recognizing that there are many different ways to be a man, each with its own strengths and appeal.
It's like saying there's no one-size-fits-all approach to masculinity.
Yeah.
It's about finding what feels authentic to you and embracing your own unique qualities.
Exactly. And I think that's a really powerful message.
For sure.
By seeing these different archetypes represented, we
Right.
can start to break down those restrictive gender stereotypes and create a more inclusive and accepting society.
That's an amazing point, because like this list of handsome men is actually a reflection of how society's views on masculinity are evolving.
Right.
It's not just about looks anymore.
Yeah.
It's about character, values, and how you choose to express yourself.
You've got it. And I think that's a really exciting development.
Okay, so we've gone from talking about nationality and careers to exploring these different archetypes of masculinity.
Right.
I feel like we're really getting to the heart of what makes these men so fascinating.
We're definitely getting deeper into the psychology of attraction.
Yeah.
But there's one more layer I want to unpack.
Okay.
It's about how these men make us feel.
Ooh, okay, and you've got me really curious.
Yeah.
Tell me more. So you're saying it's not just about how these men look or what they've
What?
achieved. It's about the energy they project,
Yeah.
the way they make us feel.
Exactly. Think about it. You've probably met people who are conventionally attractive, but they just don't spark anything in you.
Yeah.
And then there are others who might not fit those traditional beauty standards, but they have this magnetism that draws you in.
Oh, absolutely. It's like they have this this inner light that shines through.
Right. And that's what I'm talking about when I say it's about how they make us feel.
Okay.
Maybe someone's confidence inspires you,
Yeah.
or their sense of humor lifts your spirits.
Right.
Perhaps their passion for a cause ignites something within you.
It's like they're reflecting something back at us,
Yeah.
helping us to see ourselves or the world in a new way.
Precisely. And that's a powerful form of attraction. It's not superficial.
Right.
It's about connecting on a deeper level, recognizing something in them that resonates with our own values and aspirations.
So it's not just about admiring them from afar. It's about how they make us feel about ourselves, about life, about the possibilities.
Exactly. Think about the men on this list.
Okay.
Henry Cavill might inspire you to be more courageous.
Right.
Chris Hemsworth might make you want to embrace life's adventures. Michael B. Jordan could motivate you to pursue your goals with passion.
And David Beckham might inspire you to be a more involved parent. Ryan Reynolds could encourage you to not take yourself too seriously.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt might remind you to age gracefully. And Harry Styles might empower you to embrace your individuality.
You see, it's not about trying to be like them.
Right.
It's about recognizing the qualities they embody and how those qualities inspire us to become the best versions of ourselves.
This is blowing my mind. I never thought a top 10 handsome men list could lead to Such a profound conversation.
That's the magic of a deep dive.
Right.
We start with something seemingly simple and discover all these hidden layers of meaning.
So what does this all mean for our listener? What's the takeaway here?
I think the takeaway is that true attraction goes far beyond physical appearance.
Okay.
It's about character, values, the energy someone brings into the world, and how they make us feel.
So instead of focusing on superficial qualities, we should be asking ourselves, what qualities do I find truly attractive in others? What kind of energy do I want to surround myself with?
Exactly. Because the people we're drawn to reveal a lot about who we are and what we value.
Yeah.
And ultimately, understanding what we find attractive in others helps us to understand ourselves better.
So listener, as you go about your day, pay attention to the people who inspire you, who make you feel good, who challenge you to grow.
Yeah.
Those are the people who are truly attractive, both inside and out.
Remember, the most attractive quality of all is the ability to be authentically yourself.
Right.
Embrace your unique quirks, your passions, your values. Let your inner light shine, and you'll attract the right people into your life.
Well, on that note, I think it's time to wrap up this deep dive. It's been a wild ride.
Yeah.
Full of unexpected twists and turns.
Yeah.
Who knew a list of top 10 handsome men could lead to such a profound exploration of attraction, masculinity, and self-discovery?
It just goes to show that you can find depth and meaning in the most unexpected places.
Absolutely. So until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep into whatever sparks your curiosity. You never know what you might uncover.